Hello, my name is Carrie Spears, and this is my submission to Prior. Today, I'm going to talk about conflict resolution, okay? And although I just have a little bit of time, I'm going to cover three areas of conflict resolution, and that's persuasion, proactivity, and persistence, okay? So, the goal to get a conflict resolved, you have to take action. You don't want to ignore it. You don't want to assume that it will resolve on its own, but you have to take action. And when I say you, I'm talking the management or, whoever's designated to do that. So, the first action that should be taken is persuasion, right? If we persuade people into doing something, you will get a better result than if you force them to do something. Now, we know we do not like to be forced, okay? So be persuasive, okay? You don't want to force people, but you want to win people over and then inspire them. You will get so much more productivity with people who are inspired. Okay? And another thing you can let your teams know, look, conflict is counterproductive. It's not going to do anything but bring the team down. So they need to know that as they're fighting, let's say we have team A and team B and they're fighting against each other. That's just going to be exhausting. It's going to be time consuming because everybody's over here talking and fighting. And it's just not, it's counterproductive. Okay. So you want your business to reach greatness, and you can't do that with constant conflict. It needs to be resolved. Okay, so let's persuade our people. Hey, you guys, we can reach a resolution. Okay, we don't have to, agree. We can disagree on something, but we can reach a resolution. Okay, let the team know that conflict is correctable. You can put things into place where the conflict can be corrected. So the goal should be reasonable resolution. Now, everybody, we know when there's a conflict, everybody doesn't win. But if we agree that we're going to disagree on this, but we will agree with this middle ground, then that's great. But I think people need to know up front that you have to give a little. You have to give in order to reach a resolution. Okay, another thing, so that's persuasion. We're going to persuade the teams that a resolution is needed. Now, proactivity. Proactivity is a way that you give your team the freedom to proactively resolve a conflict among themselves. And you just give them the tools how to do that, right? And once you have one conflict that you've resolved, the people are watching, they saw how it's doing. But ultimately, you do want the teams to be proactive and reach a conflict resolution on their own, okay? So just let them know to, when they're talking about a resolution, do it intelligently and try to remove the emotions. A lot of times, emotions get us in trouble, really. And so if people, just remind it, just do this intelligently. Let's see if A plus B equals C, and don't get emotional. So in proactive, there's also active listening, proactive listening. And that is a skill that everyone can learn on how to do that. And personally, I would do a whole seminar on how to proactively listen and communicate to resolve conflict. Now, I don't have enough time to go into that, so maybe that will be a next seminar. Okay, so the best thing to do is, okay, try to have the teams, identify areas of agreement. Like, yeah, we can agree to that. No, we're not going to agree to that, but we both can agree to this or that, right? So, identify those areas, okay, and have the team focus on the areas of common ground and build on those. So the key is to take the team's attention off of the thing that they know they will not agree on and put it on what they do agree on and work to resolve the conflict that way. And that is so it's just, it gets you a better result doing it that way. And finally, let's talk about persistence, okay? Action must be constant and change is always resisted, okay? And only persistence will make a lasting impression. People fight against change. It's just common practice. But as you remain persistent and say, hey, change will be okay. I know it's difficult, but let's just move past this. Let's just get the training we need, and we will have a better product. So just be persistent with the people involved, and just let them know that they'll make it through. Okay. So thank you, and